there's this concept in criminology that nothing works. This came about in the 1970s. Martinson did some evaluations of rehabilitative programs and said nothing works. But they found out that his methodologies were very inaccurate, and when they found is when they did implement programming appropriately, rehabilitative especially, that it did work, in fact. So there's been this movement that we need to focus on what works. And being in this field and doing research and crunching numbers and getting qualitative analyses and all, we've been able to find out that rehabilitation does work, that restorative justice does work. I just reviewed a piece that's a meta-analysis that looked at 15 studies that are experimental or quasi-experimental designs showing that it reduced recidivism compared to being put into probation or being put into incarceration for these youth. Whereas the others, there's more harsher punishments actually increase the likelihood that they were going to recidivate. So when we see this and we're kind of like, well, why is it that we keep funneling money into this path? Why is it that we don't try these other ways of diverting them into the system? Why are we not doing this? So there needs to be efforts, and I think this is part of it, to kind of explain this, because the general public has a misperception, I think, of what really rehabilitation is, what restorative justice is, and how effective and efficient it is in helping to restore the character of youth, get them on a pro-social path, whereas the other really is giving those kind of signals to them where they're basically feeling abandoned. And you, as you were saying earlier, if they don't feel like they have anyone to turn to at home, they don't have anyone to turn to at school, who are they going to turn to? And this feelings of isolation and all this, it's actually exacerbating the potential for more bad behavior from them. My dissertation was strictly on zero tolerance policies. I did a theoretical piece, but also a qualitative examination of over 75 cases dealing with why is it that this is being legitimized in the court systems. And we can look at the national data too and see complete disparities when it comes to how disciplinary practices are applied disproportionately to African Americans and Hispanic youth as opposed to others. And based on who lives in low crime areas versus high crime areas. It is becoming this school to prison pipeline, and a lot of it has to do with this disconnect that we have with society. And I think I know, and from what the numbers show, what the data shows, and from some anecdotal personal experiences, that we can do better, and these are routes that are more effective. And that's why I'm here, because I want to translate some of that theory into practice, and hopefully that becomes a new norm, a transformative norm for how we deal with youth.